At this sight of my progression to the semi-finals, Kelly, visibly annoyed, prepared to interview me, but Susan had beaten her to it. Susan had been distraught ever since she'd heard I was participating in this dating game show. It felt like she'd lost a precious toy. Seeing Susan's face, I was taken aback, wondering why she had come. Susan ran up to me. "Kevin, I'm sorry for how I've treated you before, don't apologize to me. I just want us to be on good terms," she insisted. "No, you can't participate in this love show, you can only be my admirer, you can't admire anyone else." Her words caused an uproar. Watching from the sidelines, Kelly was upset and ready to come help me, but my female roommate held her back, warning, "Don't intervene, it will cause too much talk." Kelly retorted, "Humph, I'm not afraid of gossip, I won't let Kevin fall for such a bad girl." My roommate Mary then told Kelly, "Hold on, let's see what Kevin says, so we don't embarrass ourselves in this moment." I smiled at Susan's distressed expression and said, "Whether I want to admire you or anyone else, that's none of your business. In the past, I might have been only your admirer, but if I want to admire 100 other people now, you'll have to join the waiting list." My words sent shockwaves through the crowd, a profound statement indeed. Susan grabbed hold of me saying, "Kevin, I was wrong, let's make it up, shall we? How about I treat you to a meal and a movie?" "Sorry, my admirer slots for this semester are full, how about next semester?" she asked. "Next semester I'll be on the love show, do you think I will have time for you? I'll be admiring the campus beauty, the era of being your sole admirer is over. From now on, I'll be that dogged boyfriend all the girls on the love show want." Unwilling to admit defeat, Susan said, "If you don't agree today, don't think about going anywhere." With no options left, I had to ask my roommate for help. He handed me an admirer application form he'd printed. "What's this?" Susan asked confused. "An admirer application form, fill it out and we'll see if you pass." Susan's face turned sullen. "Do I really need to fill out an application, given our history? No shortcuts allowed," I told her firmly. Susan asked, "If I fill it out, when will I get a response?" 15 working days. "And don't rush me, if you do, I'll delay it by another 5 days." Susan looked at the form, flabbergasted. "Kevin, I don't want to fill this out, that's fine. Someone else might." I then shouted to the crowd, "Any ladies want to fill out the form?" Girls in the audience raised their hands enthusiastically. Who wouldn't want a humorous admirer with a luxury sports car? Surrounded by eager applicants, a distressed Susan quickly grabbed a form and started to fill it out. With no obstacles in my path, I made my cool exit, leaving a turbulent Kelly behind. My roommate Mary asked Kelly, "Should we go congratulate him?" Kelly replied coldly, "No. We're going to get application forms." Mary asked in surprise, "What, Kelly, you're also going for the admirer application?" Kelly awkwardly clarified, "I'm actually interested in applying for the love show." Mary was taken aback. "Weren't you against participating in scripted shows, so why now?" "Ah, I get it, are you interested in Kevin?" Kelly shrugged it off. "Don't be ridiculous, only 3 things move me." "Curious?" Mary asked. "Which 3 things?" Kelly sneakily groped Mary's chest. Mary shyly reprimanded, "Kelly, you've crossed the line, you're so indecent." Kelly casually replied, "What's wrong with being a little naughty? Only men get to be naughty, let's go get those application forms." Just like that, my out-of-the-box performance made me advance, and Kelly changed her mind. To this day, she's not sure why. In my car with 3 friends, I feel a rush of emotion on the road. Jack, touched, said, "I'm glad I didn't dismiss Kevin, now I get the privilege of sitting shotgun in Kevin's car." I assured them, "Don't worry guys, if you ever fall on hard times in the future, it would mean I'm not doing my part." We spent the entire day out, eating, singing, and watching movies. When we returned to the dorm at night, Jack anxiously mentioned, "Kevin, I will shower first, can you wait?" Sensing something odd, I asked, "Why shower now?" Jack blushed. "Kevin, I understand your intentions. You've been entertaining us all day long for this moment, haven't you?" I laughed and commanded Jack to buzz off. 2.5 minutes later, Jack reappeared in a towel. "Kevin, I made up my mind, I'll give in." I waved a fist-sized sandbag. "Go away, don't come closer." The dating reality show auditions were set to kick off in the evening. With the venue packed to the rafters, the audience kept their eyes peeled for me, wondering when the dashing deity of war would make an entrance. Without him, the competition seemed incomplete. "Let's forget about the deity of war for now," the guys joked. "Look, Kelly's here, my gosh, she looks stunning, dressed in a black strapless maxi dress." Kelly elegantly made her appearance at the center stage. Her roommate, Mary, gushed with excitement, "When Kevin sees you, he will surely be captivated." But Kelly simply responded, "That's the bare minimum, isn't it?" She continued, looking ravishing, "I wonder which lucky guy will end up with Kelly someday." Kelly suggested finding a place to sit and casually asked if I'd arrived yet. With the venue packed, Mary urged Kelly to be patient. "There are too many people right now, let's wait." "Kelly, you shouldn't dwell on him." Just then, a commotion erupted from the crowd. The entire audience stood up, clapping to welcome me. Kelly didn't understand the draw. Why does this guy command such a strong presence? The finale was about to begin. Under the guidance of the crew, all the contestants who had advanced from the preliminary round were led to a dedicated waiting area. Here, I saw the gorgeous Kelly. We locked eyes for a moment but neither of us said a word. Kelly thought to herself, so you're ignoring me, huh? Fine, ignoring game is on, let's see who breaks first. Deep down, she wanted me to start the conversation, especially considering how good she looked that day, all for Kevin, but my indifferent appearance left Kelly somewhat disappointed. Just as Kelly was lost in her thoughts, I couldn't resist any longer and lightly tapped on her shoulder, startled as if she had been electrocuted. Kelly cried, "What are you doing?" Embarrassed, I asked, "Do you have a tissue?" Kelly couldn't believe it. She had expected me to say something meaningful, but all I wanted was a tissue. Annoyed, she asked, "What do you need it for?" To which I replied nonchalantly, "To take a dump." Kelly remarked, "I don't have bathroom tissue, but I have hand wipes." I frowned and said, "Isn't it the same thing? Totally different. But you're welcome," came Kelly's curt reply. That had me wondering, just how many types of tissues does she carry in her purse? Meanwhile, a pretty girl stepped forward, offering me her tissue. As I was about to accept it, Kelly loudly interjected, "Stop," before shoving her own napkin in my hand and saying, "Just go." Looking at Kelly, the girl huffed and left the scene. I sniffed the packet Kelly handed me and said, "This smells really nice. You ladies sure have fancy tissues." Kelly no longer responded to my comments while all the other guys at the scene kept quiet, silently admiring Kevin. 2.5 minutes later, I returned to the backstage area and the first round of the final had already begun. Walking over to Kelly, I thanked her for the tissue, adding, "Next time if you forget to bring tissues, I'll lend you some." Kelly coldly responded, "Thanks, but that's never going to happen." Soon after, the host called my name. It was my turn to take the stage. Suddenly, Kelly stopped me saying, "Wait." I frowned and asked, "What's up?" Kelly hesitated before saying, "Forget it, it's nothing, just don't act like a clown out there. I don't want to see them make fun of you." I smiled cheerily and said, "Let them laugh at my wildness, I laugh at their inability to see through me." Kelly smiled faintly, commenting, "Well, this guy even talks with a bit of flair." As soon as I stepped onto the stage, thunderous applause filled the air. "Here he comes, the stage is set for the Bag War God, brace yourselves, guys on the stage." There were 3 other boys with me on the stage, all incredibly handsome. The question and answer round was about to begin again, but this time, the question was different. The judge asked, "State a sentence that completely disarms women. The 3 of you on stage, please think before you answer." It didn't take long for the first contestant to speak up. "I suppose it would be, if that's what you think, then I can't help it." He added, "This statement is incredibly irresponsible. I am here to participate in this love variety show, and I will never say such things to any woman." The judges nodded approvingly. "Excellent. Extra points." The second handsome guy said, "I think it would be, I'll change. Isn't it enough if I change?" This sentence reflects a man's uncertainty and lack of commitment, so if I were chosen, I will surely not be like that. Please support me." The judges responded with a hint of a smile. "Nice, extra points." At this point, it was pandemonium among the audience, with increasing numbers casting doubts on me. The selection judge, who appeared to favor me, said, "Contestant number 3, it's your turn. Try to craft your response empathetically, from a girl's perspective." I picked up the microphone, and said in a cool tone, "Mom, I'm not coming home for New Year." The judges and the audience fell into stunned silence. After a solid 2-second pause, I added, "In my eyes, my mom is also a girl." Suddenly, it all clicked for everyone present. They realized they had only uncovered the surface level, whereas my thoughtfulness had already reached the stratosphere. Applause rumbled from the crowd, and the judge couldn't help but announce, "Perfect score, you've advanced to the next round." Watching from the backstage, a hint of a smile played at Kelly's lips. This fella is truly one of a kind. Soon, it was the girl's turn. Without a doubt, Kelly became the star under the spotlight. Standing on the stage, Kelly attempted to find me in the crowd but failed. She wondered where I could have possibly gone. Just as Kelly was starting to feel disappointed, a unique voice echoed from the audience section,